When you deadlift, you need to make sure your feet are the same width as each other. Also, when you're deadlifting, and again, as we talked about before, you're lifting from your heel. You're pushing down on the heel, on the floor, to gauge your hamstrings and glutes, alright? Your back should be kicking in last when doing deadlifts. So, some ways to do the bar is just normal grip. So I would recommend, depends on your arm span. So people have longer arms, longer widths of their body, their torso. So if I have long legs, I have longer range to lift this bar. So if I go close, I'm over leaning more, I can't get low enough. So if I go wider, I can get lower. So that's a lower squat or deadlift position for me. So when I deadlift, I can get deeper and better position. While if I go closer, I have a longer range of motion and movement from my long levers, so my form can change. So be aware of that, of how tall you are, of your width span of your arms and legs. Alright, some people have longer legs, and some people have longer torsos. Again, that comes into deadlifts. So if you have longer legs, you can put plates or a box on top of the weight, so it lifts it up, so then you can deadlift more efficiently without causing more issues with your back and engage your muscles more. But if you have longer torso, you don't have to do that because the legs aren't as long, so you can get lower. So from that, this is the normal grip. So what I would do is just put my thumbs on the line, put my feet like so, engage. I pull in my arms, engage my lats, take a breath in to engage my lungs, like so. I engage my diaphragm, make my core tight and my body. From there, I lift. Yeah, and heel out as you come up, and then you go down. Easy as that. So you need to make sure your knees are in line, so knees should be slightly past your shoulders. And what I do to engage my core more and more body efficient, I push my knees out to my arms. So if you see, watch again, I get set, then push my knees out. So you don't want to have your knees coming in, you want to keep them in line, keep your body engaged. I engage my lats, then I lift. Alright, so when the weight gets heavy, this bar will want to twist. So when I lift heavy, the bar will want to twist and come out of my hands. So that's more about grip strength. But to stop that, you do your hand over, hand under. So that stops that twist. So I can't lift that or drop this easy, because that stops that twist effect. If you go heavier, this is a far better technique to lift them heavier weights and to stop problems. So from there, lift, and for me it feels far easier because I'm not focusing on my arm grip yet, and the weight's not pushing me forward also. So I'm going to show you now a technique. So from the side, you need to make sure you don't have this overlean as we talked about. So when you're deadlifting, you should really try to focus again, using them heels and getting this nice position. So you want to pull that weight and bar towards your shins and your body. So what you want to do is have it overlean, like so. Right? So you see a lot of people get set up and then lift, and then they lift from their back, causing issues, massive issues. So you want to really engage. So I'm pulling my lats into myself, the bar is close to my shins, I'm looking up, then I'm lifting nice and straight, right? I'm lifting and pulling from my hamstrings. It's hamstrings, glutes, and then my back. Should be back first. So be very aware of that. So if you are leaning too far forward, could be you have a longer leg span we talked about. So raise these higher. So when you lift, for pretend the weights start here, so I can get lower, then I can lift from there. Come back down and then lift. And then I can progress to the floor. So you progress to a higher deadlift position, get your strength from there, and then progress lower and lower till you're on the floor. That's the best way to really focus on your deadlift and progress in your strength. Don't think big ego. Let's see how much I can lift. You're just going to wreck yourself, right? Small steps, get a technique right, and everything else will come with it. Give that a go.